Hello, what's up everyone? My name is Sydney and I am watching.
And
what's happened to YouTube recently? For as long as I can remember, I have wanted to be a YouTuber, but so has everyone. Jack Penbrook is the first example that comes to mind.
Hi, my name's Jack, and welcome to my YouTube channel. The reason I'm making this channel is because all I've ever wanted to do for a living is make these videos.
He's one of many people who not only wanted to become a YouTuber, but successfully became a YouTuber. At least I would deem him successful. In fact, The Sun's study from 2017 cited that the most sought after job for ages 6 to 17 was to be a YouTuber. That's right, more than 1/3 of the respondents said that their most valued aspirational career was to be a YouTuber, despite the fact that it was relatively unconventional and relatively disrespected. And it makes sense why I would want to be a YouTuber like Jack Penbrook and so many other people so bad when you think about the fact that I was 14 in 2017, meaning that I grew up with the era where it was commonplace to see somewhat normal people become famous YouTubers. This is what I call old YouTube. And it's the YouTube that I grew up with. The site was created in 2005 and I was born in 2004, so obviously I wasn't really conscious for super early YouTube. Perhaps you could call that old YouTube. But I did grow up with TV shows like iCarly imitating vlogging as a real aspiration and something that is sought after and a cool part of pop culture. Instead of playing pretend doctor or teacher, we would play pretend vlogger. We would also play pretend to be mermaids, and that rocked, but I don't have the qualifications to become a mermaid. Regardless, I grew up with people in my elementary school producing vlogs themselves, and I can't beat the allegations. I was one of them. You'd think I would be one of them, seeing as I'm still recording myself to this very day. I just like to think that it's a little bit less cringy now. I regret to inform you that there actually is one surviving video of me on the internet attempting to early vlog, which I will show briefly right now, blocking out all of the faces because I'm not showing you what I used to look like. You thought you were getting that. No, honey, that's blackmail. But I'm showing it to you so that you can see how serious I have been about this hobby, even since I was a kid. I used to share this hobby with my friends, and I still enjoy doing video stuff, obviously. Not only have I dreamed about putting myself out there to make YouTube videos successfully, I also love YouTube, and I've spent an unfathomable amount of my childhood and teenhood watching. I mean, seriously unfathomable. I have no idea how long I've spent consuming content online, and it would be a crime to look at this point. It suffice to say though, I'm not the only one who's done this, and I am not the only one who has wanted to and wants to become a YouTuber. But to understand how being a YouTuber has changed, we need to first understand old YouTube. So by old YouTube, as I have mentioned prior, I mean the era when the site was still first up and coming. Think about the era when YouTube used to be like this, and this, and this, and even this. Did you see me back there? Could you see me? And even this. I'm still here, by the way, guys. I just went in the corner because that's what I always saw all the other YouTubers do before. Okay, what I'm talking about is when we used to have the attention span to watch a weirdo talk to themselves in front of a camera for 10 minutes straight with almost nothing else going on. Mostly it was just a person in their room saying funny stuff and editing it in a creative manner. Back in this era, the most famous YouTubers often did skits or gaming videos within the confines of their own room and one vlogging camera.
A man and a dog went to the park to go play catch with a stick. This woman was apparently standing too close, and when the man threw the stick, it somehow landed in her bum hole, and she's been horrendous ever since. You got the stick up your booty. This teacher's just straight up rude and hates kids. Her life goal is to embarrass her students. Y'all stupid.
Anyways, hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Liza, coming at you. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I don't know why it looks like Jesus is hanging out in the background, but today we're going to the dollar store.
To understand why YouTube isn't like this anymore, I want to bring in an academic article. It's by Cocker and Cronin, and I will link it in the description. You should go check it out. This is what Cocker and Cronin call the charismatic authority of a micro-celebrity. What they mean by this is that there's not one quality that you could give to an old YouTuber to determine if they're going to blow up or not. Really, to go viral back in the day, all you needed was a niche passion, a fun personality, and the right amount of circumstances. People didn't need to see huge productions, they just needed to see somebody being funny in their room. And this is how new YouTube is different from old YouTube, as you need more crazy scenarios to stand out now. It's just a more competitive field. See, me with my one vlogging camera is just probably not as good as somebody who might have multiple cameras, better production, and more time for script writing perhaps. You can still get by while doing something like I'm doing, but it probably won't trend if you're new to the platform. In fact, think, when was the last time you saw a vlog on YouTube? Maybe it was someone like Emma Chamberlain, but if it wasn't, it was probably somebody vlogging a crazy vacation or something like that they went on. Think about the last time you saw Get Ready With Me. Think of the last time you saw somebody just vlog going and getting a coffee. Where did that go? Well, it may seem like I'm just nostalgia baiting right now, but my point is that the YouTubers that I grew up with on the trending page were entertaining just sitting in their room or their car or a coffee shop with their friend. And so I started to think about the difference between old YouTube and new YouTube, but then I started to ask myself, how could this have happened? Well, I'm not the only one to have noticed this change. Check out this YouTube video that I'm going to play for a second on the same topic by another creator.
Do you remember a time on YouTube when most people didn't have high quality cameras or sets? It was just people talking to their cameras in their bedroom? Or those people who did have special effects or high quality equipment? They were filmmakers who were taking advantage of the worldwide audience that YouTube provided them. Do you remember when it was mostly people who considered themselves to be weirdos and outcasts in their everyday life, but they had these ideas and they wanted to be creative and they weren't things that were accepted by mainstream media, so they made it and put it on YouTube.
It's not just me who's saying this. Other people have noticed, they just don't really have necessarily an answer for why. I'm going to give you an answer though using Cocker and Cronin's article, because they call the era that this YouTube and new YouTube are in the era of consent. This term just means that the audience helps people grow from common people to a famous YouTuber. In this way, people on old YouTube wanted to watch YouTubers who did the same things as a normal person, like vlogging, going to get coffee, things of that nature. YouTubers achieved their stardom through charming personalities, seemingly being authentic, and pop culture references. Cocker and Cronin calls this cult of personality, the way that they garner viewers based on their appeal to authenticity or jokes or things that a normal person would want to see. Primarily back then, probably because YouTube was in its developing days, the audience wanted to see YouTubers be real, open, and honest. As Cocker and Cronin put it, the nature of YouTubers was participatory, where the audience would tune in to see common celebrities, and that was what would make YouTubers famous. It's a feedback loop. This is pretty prevalent when you look at some of the biggest YouTubers of 2017. Think PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jenna Marbles, Smosh, back when it was two guys, not a production company, and Niga Higa. Don't cancel me. That is actually his name. Even the most popular of these YouTubers who might have had higher quality was the focus of them talking to the camera, doing a challenge with their friends while talking to the camera, or making sketch comedy. The main reason why the audience kept tuning in was because of their personality and because the YouTuber had something to say to the audience, much like I'm saying to you now. It wasn't about who had the biggest car, who had the most friends, who had the most followers, and who had the most money, but it was about the YouTuber coming up with even more creative and newer ideas to resonate with their audience. But as the site kept growing and thrived after 2017, so did all of pop culture. YouTube was home to amateur celebrities who became even bigger celebrities, and they left the site to newcomers. As the times changed, of course, social norms changed with them. Old creators made way for new creators, and watchers made way after 10 years for a new generation of creators. And cue new YouTube. Do you want to see the drink I'm drinking? Do I want to see the drink you're drinking? Aren't you just me? Well, yeah, I'm you, but I wanted to show the viewers what I'm drinking while finding a creative way to go about it. Okay, that's stupid. Shut up. Don't say it. Don't you say it now. Okay, well, I am you. Are you gonna show us your drink or not? Oh, right, yeah. Let me show you guys what I'm drinking. It's the vitamin water. Tropical energy, because I love me a good tropical drink. And this yet, 60 grams of caffeine. You know what I think is so funny? Why does vitamin water put that little smiley face on there with like the colon and then the parenthesis? But I don't care, I actually love me some vitamin water. All right, let's get back to new YouTube and let's clarify. By new YouTube, I'm talking about the site's era after roughly 2019. In this era, you were probably there for it, right? You were there for it? Not just me. More popular than Lily Singh became Jake Paul. More popular than Casey Neistat became Mr. Beast. More popular than MatPat or Rhett and Link became David Dobrik. In this era, the top YouTubers showed how big you were willing to go mattered more than authenticity. Money and budget reigned over charming personality. Vlog groups got bigger, production value started to become bigger, and the cult of personality in the videos started to group up to form mega conglomerates of YouTubers. Using Cocker and Cronin's classification, it seemed like YouTubers' charismatic authority went from being normal and diverse to aggressive and vibrant. Vloggers constantly had to one-up each other, and groups of YouTubers constantly had to keep producing content to farm views. Things became about quantity rather than quality, I guess, at least in my opinion, and the crazier that the YouTuber went meant that the quicker they would surpass the competition. This is evident by David Dobrik's huge giveaways of Teslas, despite the fact that many of his viewers didn't even really want them that much, at least not a Tesla. Also evident by Mr. Beast's challenges with hundreds of people and thousands to millions dollars worth of reward and budget to make the videos. Also cue Logan and Jake Paul's filming with no regard to personal property, morals, or in the worst cases, physical danger. I gotta bring up the Japanese forest, bro. I'm sorry. I mean, I didn't watch Logan in middle school to not bring up that reference. I wanted to point to the source of these faulty new faculties of YouTube to being something about the creators. Perhaps it was that they had become too power hungry, or perhaps I wanted to blame some of the YouTubers for coming to the platform for the wrong reasons, to grow their audiences and rise to fame. But then I started to think, what are the right ones? I mean, I would be lying to you if I didn't say that I wanted somebody to watch this video, at least a couple of people, maybe. And I started to think that maybe you can still make quality videos that have less of a substantial message. I mean, that's what YouTube's all about, just turning on the camera and having fun. So then I realized that the reason that YouTube is like that is because the site gives it affordances to be like that. I mean, these creators didn't just fall out of a coconut tree. I love that clip. But some of y'all aren't hearing what she has to say though.
And she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? You exist in the context of all in which you live and what came before you.
What I mean by this is, as time went on, YouTube became more popularized as a platform, and the site's growth allowed for people to come to YouTube anticipating and wanting growth. And how could we blame them for wanting to make money off of YouTube? So as much as I wanted to blame the individual YouTuber thinking, I can do better, I can't. At least I can't blame them. I might be able to do better. If you blow me up, I can. But remember that thing I said earlier about the celebrity of YouTube being participatory? This means that YouTubers came about because of the audience as much as the YouTuber. I mean, the YouTuber is just reacting to what it thinks that the audience wants to see. And especially during 2019, like me, the audience was watching, and despite the crap that I could talk about this era of YouTube, I was a Logang for life at that point. Not a Loganger anymore, but I can't even say that I didn't watch, because I did. I watched David Dobrik and I loved it at the time, but you know, hindsight 2020. Here's actually a fun Easter egg for you. That's why I named my channel Sydney is Watching. It's the idea that I consume so much YouTube that I feel like it's a whole culture and interest to me. Anyways, to continue with this idea, we can use Dana Boyd, another scholar, I'll link it. We can use her work to understand that social media users, like creators and audiences, engage in ongoing impression management as they are in virtual spaces. This just means that you go on the internet to express yourself. You know, every emoji you send to your friend and every meme that you repost, well, it's saying something about you and your interests. And for me, it doesn't always say something good. This means that these people like me are using symbolic markers like memes, emojis, hashtags, etc. to express their online identity. These symbolic markers are like the editing style of a YouTuber or the subscribe button to an audience. They help the online user represent themselves and the things that they like, and albeit the things that they want to see. So users as well as creators are constantly reorienting how the site works and how others respond to them. This makes the culture of old YouTube a feedback loop just as much as new YouTube. So even though it's easy to look back and think, how could I ever watch controversial YouTubers like Jake Paul and Logan Paul and, hey y'all, I did it. Okay, it's a self-call out as much as a you call out here, because participatory culture, I participated. And let's just say the culture was not good. But just like, I don't really think I'm a bad person for that. I don't think that that means that the audience or even that many of the creators are inherently bad either. I think it's just that things are constantly changing and it can be hard to keep up. I feel this more strongly than ever today in the world of large-scale production-based YouTube companies like MrBeast, Jubilee, Cut, and Smosh completely taking over. But despite popular YouTubers separating the margin between regular person and celebrity, YouTube is still being used to highlight authenticity and amateurism. It's just in a more niche part. There are still great examples of this, like Danny Gonzalez, Drew Gooden, Curtis Connor, Chad, just to name a few. So I guess it's really no one's fault that YouTube has changed except for really time itself. And maybe it's not as bad a thing as I thought. It can be scary to see that YouTube is changing so much and that it's less easy for seemingly good creators or creators in it for the right reasons to go viral as a common person, but that doesn't have to mean it's getting worse. It just means that it's requiring you, as the audience, to stick with the app and support new creators like me. That one's me. Support me. The reason that a lot of creators like me come to the app is because, well, they want to finally give it a real shot. So welcome to my channel. And as always, if you all have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope that seeing as this is my channel intro and all that you guys want to stick around to see some of my other content. So if you do, go check it out. And I will see you all in the next one.